hanged up. Yeah, it's just back place clear. It's just a push. There's no force in it. Alfred, you got to hold. No! Got to hold us. Go. 3. 11 is 10. Keep going. Go with them. Got 10. He's got 10. Yeah. Pass is good. Wait there. Hold. Go. 4. At line. Keep going. Okay. Contact clear. Ground it. No, release! Austin, get to me! Go! 9's got to go 10. Go to the line. Got 10. Yep. Grounded. Oh! No. Got a hold here. Field hold. Go 4. Beyond. Beyond on 4. Yep. Pass is good. Grounded. Go 4. Very good again. Outside. On 4. Yeah, I'm with it. Pass is good. Oh. There was some contact there. I don't. Right. Yeah, I don't think. I think it's fine. Right. Behind line. Go last. Middle here. Got 10. Keep going on last. Still last. Still last. Keep going. Keep going. Last. Pass is good. Grounded. Go, honey. Hold. Go on. 1. Confirm 1. Hook behind. Pass. Look. Grounded. Last. Keep it good. Try. Look back, down. Grounded. Got a hold. Go. Wait till it. Wait. Hold. Hold. Go. 4. Go 4. Go on, mate. Right next to me. Yeah, dragging backside. At the line. On 4. Grounded. On 3. Outside. Keep going. Grounded. 4. Outside through. Grounded. 6. Pass is good. Grounded.
Berger, the first in any of our grades for 2025, a 62-18 verdict over the South Sydney Rabbitohs in this one. Josh Schuster again doing some good things for the Rabbitohs, but I think they were overshadowed just by South Sydney struggling in this game. Let's now take a look at some of the big performers in our stats deep dive, starting with Jeffro Rena-Kama. He picked up 2 tries, 16 runs to 222 metres, a line break, 4 offloads, 3 tackle breaks. He is going to be a star of the future for Canterbury if they continue to nurture him right. The only question mark I have is Canterbury's outside backcore is absolutely loaded. Will he get through and break in? Only time will tell. But if he keeps doing this in Cup, then really it is up to him. Then it's up to Blake Taff as well. 22-point haul, 17 runs to 171 metres, 2 line breaks, 2 try assists, 6 tackle breaks. He'll be such a classy player and handy during the Origin period. You think Canterbury are undefeated at the moment? They're probably going to lose some players through the State of Origin series, but if he can continue on his way, he will be quite the asset for the Dogs during the next couple of weeks. And speaking of assets, Blake Wilson. You think Jacob Carraz has a chance for Origin? Well, Blake Wilson's easily the next man up. He had 4 tries on the right wing, 17 runs, 164 metres, 5 tackle breaks. As we mentioned in their last game, it's a shame that the Dogs are stacked in the backs. But the good thing for Wilson, he is that next man up. Moving on to South Sydney, though, we kick off with Liam LeBlanc. He had 66 minutes at lock, 2 offloads, 7 runs to 46 metres a tackle break, 31 tackles, 3 misses at 88.5% efficiency. Now, you're going to look at these run meters and go, oh, they were pretty rubbish. Souths had 38% of the ball. No one was going to be making meters in this one. So we looked at some of the guys that did some really nice things, and we looked beyond the running meter stat line. So that's sort of what we're looking for here. Then we go with Tom Fletcher, 8 for 72, 80 minutes on the edge, had good support for a try, an offload, a couple of tackle breaks, 38 tackles, 3 missed, at over 93% efficiency. Then we go with Declan Casey. Nice to see Declan at a club again after his departure from the Tigers. I think he was out of Blacktown Workers. They have a bit of a feeder, a partnership as far as a Ron Massey's concerned. He had a line break assist, 2 offloads, a tackle break. He had just under 70 metres in this one. But it's good to see Declan back playing footy. Classy player when he gets the opportunity, and he will do some good things at South Sydney. Well, next we're going to take a trip to Mascot Oval, where the Roosters are looking to put last week's horror show against the Dragons behind them, while the Panthers look to continue their high-flying attack.
Go through. 3. Outside through. 3. Outside through. Fine back. Outside through.
Starting
all good.
In, fill in. Grounded try.
Coming into 4, mate. In! Go 3, mark it through. 3. Outside through. Outside through. Contact cleared on the inside. Thank you.
Grounded try.
Coming to 4. Coming into 4, mate. Hold. 1. 1. 2. Coming into 2, mate. Middle hold. Go 3. 3. Run to the line, out the back, defensive by 3.
Into the grounded try.
Coming into 4. Middle good. Thank you. Got it in. Try. Line. Give him room. Hold. Go. Okay. Oh. You can go for 10. It's a trip. Jack, that's a trip. 10 minutes. No way. It's a trip. Time off. Yeah, it's correct as well. Now get on side. Not quick. Take not quick. I'll let you know when Jack's off the field. Go. 0 coming in, mate. Knock on Roosters. Playing pass. Yeah, you're going to have to talk through the rough. Yeah, all good, mate. All good. Still up. Yeah. We got grounded. Get up now! Zero tackle, go on! 0-12 middle, linking 5 metres. 12, 5 metres. Yeah, talk through. Pass is good. Grounded. 4. Outside. Still 4. Backwards! Yep. Got 1 coming. Pass backwards, off the foot. Picked up, we got 1 coming, backwards Roosters. Down now! Hey, give his break now! Here's 10. Go on, work middles 1. Hey, shooter's good, 15 linking, 15 linking. Hit by 2 metres, okay. There's the 10, they're all back, 10. They're all back. Got the pass. Pass starting in, still in. Try. Coming into...
We got there, Merry Ways in the knock-on effect New South Wales Cup. 56 points last week and easily the better side in this one. Just way too strong over a Roosters side that's using the New South Wales Cup as a development team with some sprinkling of first-grade players, and when they're playing up against the might of the Panthers side, the class experience really does show. Let's look at the stats deep dive, and our focus is down the bottom, 23, Egan Butcher. He returns to the field after close to a 12-month layoff with separate leg injuries. He did his well-known ACL injury against the Raiders midway through last year, and then he had a series of stress fractures, which delayed his return to the field. He was quiet, you could say, in half an hour. Got through 7 runs, had about 50 metres, 21 post-contact metres. Was hard for Butch to get into the game. He had 16 tackles, missed only 1. There are a couple of injuries in NRL level. His brother, in particular, doing his MCL this weekend. I just think it's too early for him to come into this side. A man that could do that, though, is Makahisi Makatoa. 50 minutes, just over 110 metres, 2 offloads, 27 tackles in the middle third for 1 miss. He had that nice tip on, didn't he, to send Ashton Warwick over for that try. It's where we go to next. He was probably the pick of the bunch, along with Makatoa. The only critique I have in his game time, he only had 6 runs. But he did have 2 line breaks and several tackle breaks, so he got quality over quantity perhaps there. Defensively, though, he had 19 made tackles, 6 misses and 4 ineffective. He was trying to be the enforcer out there, but I think he just went a little too hard at times. Next up, we got Asu Kapala for the Penrith Panthers. 18 runs, just under 190 metres, a line break, 3 tries, 3 line breaks, I should say. A strong carrier out of yardage. These NRL backs need to be careful. Your Tom Jenkinses and your Casey McLeans of the world, because Asuka Powell could really push in there. He's the leading try scorer now in the competition with 11 tries. There we go, Mav Geyer. He picked up a try again, 2 line breaks, 5 tackle breaks, 2 offloads, 13 runs, 147 metres. he did have a couple of errors and conceded some penalties. So you get the amazing stuff with Mav, but then you get the basics and the discipline that Ivan Cleary has been trying to drive all season long. And then we finish up with Jack Cole, back from a HIA and sent to the New South Wales Cup. He had a line break, 2 try assists, defended really well. He was controversially sin-binned for a trip on Reece Foley, but the match review committee have deemed that he has no case to answer. So well done to Jack Cole on making a safe return to Cup football. All right, now we're taking you out to Go Media Stadium, where the Warriors looking to put last week behind them against a Dragons side that have been all the rage to start 2025. Let's look at all the highlights from across the Tasman.
Thank you. Thank you. Second to 5. Yes, happy. Yes. Good enough. Happy. Fight! Morgan, you got a hold. Outside. Play on. Didn't change the defense. Let's go into 2. Yeah. Good. Oh, good. Thank you. Play on. Touch. Have you got a touch? Yeah, I'll touch. Yep. Team in the middle. Right, good. No, West Coast clear run. Play on. Come on, keep going. They're coming. Up. Keep going. That'd be right. Yeah, coming into 2. Go right there. 18. Knock it on. Keep going. Go there. Yeah, I know. Coming into 0. Coming into 0. Over the line. Ground. Wait! Go 2. He goes 2.
The Warriors bouncing back from their top of the table defeat to Newtown with a 28-point win over the highly fancied St George Illawarra Dragons. They did have a couple of players out. They were fielding a younger team to what we've seen run around in recent weeks, so it was good to see in this fixture. The Warriors just get back to basics out there. Let's get into stats deep dive, starting with Eddie Enamia Toyava. He had 113 metres from 12 runs, 3 offloads, 34 tackles, just the 1 miss. He's slowly becoming a leader of the Warriors young forwards in this cup side at the moment. It's what you really want to see from Enamia Toyava, and I think that if the cards hold right at the moment, it's a hard pack to get into at the best of times, but he could very well cash in for a New South Wales Cup graduation into first grade. Another man who could do that is Sam Healy. We've pushed Sam's case all season long. Over 100 metres from Healy, easily exploiting the markers, 2 line breaks, a try assist, 6 tackle breaks, 100% tackle efficiency. And if I'm a Wade Egan type, or if Andrew Webster just wants a bit of spark out of the dummy half position, Sam Healy is your go-to man, and it'll be a matter of when Sam Healy gets his debut, not if anymore. It'll be a matter of when he gets his opportunity. And then we finish up with Tanner Boyd. He had a personal tally of 12 points, 2 try assists, had the ball on a string, forced to drop out in the difficult conditions, and this was sort of the ball-dominant game we've been waiting for Tanner to have. He's sort of been the foil behind Tomato Martin over the first couple of weeks of the season. Now he got to stand up in a playmaking role, help out Luke Hanson when he could, and he did a really, really strong job in that one. And also shout out to Luke Hanson. He had a great game in the pivot jump up. Next up, we're going to kick off with the Dragons and Cody Ramsey. A double in trying conditions. 18 runs, 163 metres, 2 line breaks, 3 tackle breaks, a line break assist. He is a really, really good story to come from this 2025 New South Wales Cup season. It's what you want, and I'm so proud of the way that Ramsey is playing at the moment because it could have been very easy for him to throw in the towel, but he is doing an absolute world-class job. There we go with Jonah Glover. He did his best to lead the Dragons around the park. His 2025 season has been a marked improvement for Glover. He had a line break, a try assist for Ramsey's second. Whether he gets an NRL crack is up to him at this point, but he's doing all the small things right, and as pressure tends to build on Lachie Ilias and Kyle Flanagan, Glover could soon be that next man up. Then we finish up with Michael Molo, 53 minutes, 15 runs, 132 metres, 34 tackles, was just a 1 ineffective, 48 post-contact metres. I'm just concerned there's nothing really explosive in his game, and that's something the other NRL forwards in this side have. You look at what Dylan Egan and Hamish Stewart have brought in to this lineup. They get Emre Gula back from suspension. I just don't see anything opening up for him. Well, next up, we're taking you out to McDonald Jones Stadium, where the Knights are hoping their fortune changes after a couple of lean weeks against the high-flying Newtown Jets.
Go, you right. Good, Luke. Come on! One you go! One's a trading. One is good. One. 6 more! Try. Yeah. Hold. Go 4. Might get there. 4. Okay, 10's back. Keep going. Okay, I'm in line. 4. Fast. Not fast. Got 4. Yeah, coming into 5. All good. Hold! Go! Fletcher! No involvement. Come on! Arm stays up. Okay. He doesn't impact. All gone straight. Outside through. Support up. Behind it. All good. Coming into 4. Last up and right! Keep going, Connor. Clear. Down behind it. And grounded. Play hard. Go, 2. 2, crash back. Watch them come together. 2. Up, pulls up. Down. Coming into 3. The ball. Go off. 25. Good. Down it, line with it. Bounce. Grounded. All good. He's onside.
With Kate Dykes and Riley Pollard missing this game, but for Newtown, they continued on their merry ways with a 28-point verdict over the Newcastle Knights in this one. Let's take a look at the stats deep dive at some key performers on both sides, and we start with Taj Ainen for the Newcastle Knights. We're seeing really good progression, game on game, for Taj at the moment. He's one of the few who have looked like troubling the Newtown defence. He had 17 runs, 118 metres, a couple of tackle breaks, had some errors in him. But as we said with Nathan Lawson, these are going to happen quite regularly. We see it in first grade with Nwanga Wase as well. So there's players that are coming over from rugby at the moment. You're going to see that from time to time, and it's okay. But they're naturally learning and they're doing what you want to see. Next up, we've got Brock Gratian. We've had this guy a couple times this year. 80 minutes at lock, 11 runs, 78 metres, 3 tackle breaks, a game high, 41 tackles. He missed Frevo, but overall he's progressing really well week on week in a cup environment, which is exactly what you want to see. Then we have Paul Bryan. He got through about 50 minutes in this one. He got a great try for great shot ball. 3 tackle breaks, got for a amount of defensive work in this one. He was 18th man in NRL last week, and he is progressing quite well. Then we're moving on to the Newtown Jets, and we kick off with Niwai Puru. He somehow topped his effort from last week, and he had a great game last week. He had a hat-trick, 2 line breaks, 2 line break assists, 2 try assists, his best defensive effort in quite some time, Niwai Puru. Exactly what Shark supporters needed, and exactly what a couple of people with some agendas in the game have been saying he's capable of for quite a while. Then we go with Billy Birds, another one who was touted to start on the edge last year for Cronulla, believe it or not. But he finds his level in Newtown, and he's been playing some really good footy as well. Because when he's been called upon in first grade, he's not let anyone down at all. He had a double in this one, 8 runs for 113 metres. If I'm being critical, I'd like to see around 10 to 12 runs there. He had 2 line breaks, a try assist, a line break assist, strong in defence. He also had 4 tackle breaks as well, but Billy doing some good stuff there. Then we go Max Bradbury. Now, 10 runs for 123 metres, a crash ball try, 4 tackle breaks, and offload. This is the first time we've really seen Bradbury come into his own since that swap with Lachie Miller. We've been waiting patiently through injury, other factors, but it's so good to see Max kicking on at last. Well, next up, we'll take you out to Belconnen, where the Raiders are looking to bounce back after their loss to Parramatta against a Manly side who are trying to forget that 56-point hiding.
Shoot is good. Upside.
Take it good left. Down. Happy, mate.
Good. 6. Coming in. Go. 4. One's good. Outside. Outside. Through. Keep going. Down. In the 5.
Coming in
Good,
the 5.
Go. 3. Good line. Outside. Through. Outside. Take play on. Play on. Yeah. Down. Yeah. Happy, mate. Go. Shoot is good. Nothing late.
All on.
Clear.
Clean run. No air shorts.
Play on. 6
Yeah,
more.
contact
11
off
metres.
Manly.
Down.
Grounded.
In a 0.
Yep.
Not straight. 4. One's good. There's 10. Okay, behind it. 4.
Pass is good. Keep going.
Down.
Happy, mate.
5. Good point. Outside.
Keep going. 1 coming. Dangerous. Penalty. Easy out. 3. Move
Brandon, don't run in.
Get out of it.
Brandon.
Get out of it. Don't run in.
Don't run in.
Don't run in.
The one-on-one tackle, you lift and drive, you're off. Go. 1.
Confirm 1.
That's good. Down. Go. 4. Danny on the ground. Down. 6 more and a ball. No tackle.
Tackles. Grounded. Coming into 1.
Let him go now. Let's make 10.
Hard turn.
Hold. Go. 19. Tassie.
Michael.
19.
19.
1. Keep going. He's back. Michael, keep going. Offload. Still 1.
Yep, they're all back.
Down. Yep. Into 2.
Into 2.
Easton's on the mark there. 3. One's good.
Take it good.
Play on. 3. Down. Into 4.
From last week's loss to the Eels with a 34-point verdict over Manly, who have just struggled to really stop the flow of points. And it wasn't made any easier following the sending off of Aaron Shoop after 50 minutes for a spear tackle. Let's move on to the stats deep dive. We'll kick off with Mania Waitieri. A hat-trick, 15 runs to 237 metres, 2 line breaks, 9 tackle breaks, and offload. This Raiders Cup side in particular has been asking for someone to stand up. Albert Hopewadi's been injured. There was no Chevy Stewart in this one. Mania Waitieri said, I will be that man, and delivered with probably his best open age performance in a Raiders jumper. Then we go to Simi Sasangi. He had 13 runs for 151 metres in this one. A line break assist, 4 tackle breaks, and offload. He defended so well on his edge throughout the contest, 86% efficiency, and you just wonder, with Hudson Young in such good form at the moment, he's firming for an Origin recall after a couple of lean years in a New South Wales jumper. Will Sasangi be the man called upon by Ricky Stewart to fill that young-sized void? Then we go to Trey Mooney, with Corey Horsburgh potentially being picked for Origin. He's another one that could stand up. Just had over 100 metres from 14 carries though, 2 tackle breaks, 4 offloads, 28 tackles, 2 misses, and 88% efficiency. Where he fits long-term at first grade at Canberra is still a massive mystery. He's been touted for so long, but still yet to break through with all due respect. Then we move on to Jacob Sykes at Manly, the Indigenous All-Star rep from this year. 11 runs, 114 metres, 6 tackle breaks and offload. Defended so well, 30 tackles, but did have 5 misses as his edge was targeted following the dismissal of Aaron Shoop for a spear tackle. Then we go to Michael Cheekham, 17 runs through 137 metres, 59 post-contact metres, 4 offloads, 14 tackles, just the 1 miss. He's sort of one of those interesting players, Michael Cheekham, where we don't know where he fits on an NRL scale, but he'll do a job in Cup, and if things happen at Manly, he could earn himself a recall. Some nice experience for this team that desperately needed it after the last couple of weeks. And then we go over to Zane Dunford, 59 minutes, 8 runs for 80 metres, 4 tackle breaks and offload, 27 tackles, 2 misses in the middle. Can't ask for much more than that. Well, our final game of the weekend took us out to Lidcombe Oval. All eyes were on the Western Suburbs number 6, Lachie Galvin. After a week in the headlines, he was looking to just focus on rugby league. Let's take a look at all the action from West's game with Parramatta at the home of the Magpies, Lidcombe Oval.
Good line. Coming into 5-5. Go, 4. Offload, got touch, still 4. Offload, keep going. Offload, good. Grounded. Into 5, coming into 5. 4. Timing of Ruben. Yeah, got out quick. Yeah. He's up, down. Grounded. Cruise. These guys are good. Straight to the ball. Okay, that's okay. Back's fine. Yeah, through the line there, all good. Kick chase left is good. Yep. The middle. Bounce good. Grounded. 3. Okay. Up. Down. All good, mate. From the floor. 4. Right.
League world was watching this game at the moment because Parramatta blitzed out 22 points to 6. The second half was a bit of a lousy affair, we have to be completely honest. Parramatta were guilty of squandering a couple of try scoring opportunities, and also they will be without hooker Brendan Hands after a PCL injury in the opening 10 minutes of the game. It looked to be one of those awkward mechanisms where the sort of a hip drop action was used, but they can't really prove it on the video. We had a look at it a couple of times, but it won't really be looked at. On the deep dive, no surprises where we're going here. Lachie Galvin, he had 36 runs, over 200 metres, a lovely pass for the Isaac Duidupo Thompson try. He was slightly guilty of overplaying his hand at times, but defended well on the edge. He looked like he was enjoying footy out there, and you know, with all the turmoil this week with Lachie and the publicisation of his very public spat with Benji, you've just got to just say to the bloke, go out, enjoy your footy, and that's exactly what he did. There we go with Charlie Murray. He had a great 51-minute stint. His great second phase set up the try for Solomon Fatape. He had 34 tackles, just the 1 miss. He felt his work around the middle, especially defence, stopped that margin getting bigger than it probably could have gotten. And that's a full praise to him out there at the moment. Then we go Eliel Zakem. The Lebanese international had a try assist, 11 runs for 115 metres, 4 tackle breaks, 3 offloads, 22 tackles, 5 missed or ineffective though, as Parramatta really put his edge to the sword. Then we're going to go over to the Eels. We're going to kick off with Jordan Samrati. 19 runs to 226 metres. He had a line break, a near try scoring play, 4 tackle breaks, an offload, and he was very sound in defence as well. If he gets a recall in NRL at some point, especially during the origin period with the likelihood of Zach Lomax potentially being in and around that area. I know he's injured at the moment, but very intriguing to see what the go is there. Well, there we go. Tony Matali, he had a try off the great short ball from Ryan Madison. 12 runs, 123 metres in 55 minutes, a line break, 4 tackle breaks, defending at 83% efficiency. Great progression game on game from Tony Matali. And then we go to Ryan Madison. Man, what a game he had. 130 metres off 13 runs, 70 minutes, a line break, assist, a try assist, 37 tackles, 1 ineffective. He was so good at this one, and I think he'll be a good asset for any club that needs a middle. Well, it's been an exciting week of New South Wales Cup action with more eyeballs on the competition than ever before. It's time for this week's Team of the Week. Excited week of New South Wales Cup competition. There's little wonder the Team of the Week is dominated by those sides that absolutely smashed it. Let's take you through it now. It's the 2 Blakes on fullback and wing for Canterbury, Blake Taff and Blake Wilson. Manai Waitieri is in there after his hat-trick performance. Jordan Samrani to the upper centre into what was a great display from him against the Magpies. Asuka Power continuing his try-scoring try scoring form rather on the wing. The halves of Niwaipulu and Tana Boyd lifted their sides well around the park. The forwards, Lipboy, Hotboy and Max Bradbury, the surprise inclusion from the bench. He was just too good in his stint to pass up. Sam Healy is the hooker. The forwards, Eddie Edamir Toyava and Mav Geyer in the back row. Ryan Madison locking the scrum. The bench is Simi Sasangi, Billy Birds, Makahisi, Makatoa and Brock Gracia. But it's time to look a little bit more in depth at our player of the week, Niwaipulu. Purdue was great at this one. We've been some of his biggest critics over the last couple of his seasons because we kind of feel like his defensive inefficiencies have overshadowed the great work he does with the ball. Last year, he missed something like 50 or 60 more tackles than the next worst defender in the New South Wales Cup. To his credit, he's worked hard at that this season. Still not at a high level by many means of the imagination. We definitely tested out that theory in the loss to Canberra. But at the moment, he's doing some really nice things at the moment, Niwaipulu, and with the ball in hand, he had to step up in the absence of Riley Pollard. He did that in a big way, and he felt a little bit more comfortable with Caleb Rajab next to him. Whether that means for Newtown going forward, we're not sure, but Pollard definitely hasn't done anything wrong to earn being left out of this side long term. Well, going up north to Queensland, and there's only 3 games to focus on this week, but we're going to kick off our coverage with a look at the game between the Tweed Seagulls and the Wynnum Manly Seagulls in what is turning into the Battle of the Chip.
To the ball! Not late. Backwards! Six more! One coming. Release! Go one, just play the ball, Ben.
A win for Wynnum Manly this season, and they certainly like to make things a little bit interesting, considering their attack is so good, but their defence is a little bit of a nightmare to watch at times. It was a good performance too from Tweed without several of their NRL contracted players. Let's go to the stats deep dive. We're going to go with Sam Stevenson. It was his Q Cup debut for the year. Played a game last year, but it was his first hit out for 2025 in the higher age group. He had a try, 143 metres, from 11 carries, 2 line breaks. A project player for the Titans, one to monitor very, very closely. Then we go Kieran Hayman, a try, 9 runs for 86 metres, a line break, 2 line break assists, a try assisted offload, defended brilliantly, making 21 tackles, just the 3 misses. I really enjoy watching Kieran Hayman play. We saw him initially last year with the North Sydney Bears, playing absolutely anywhere. He seems to have found his home at centre and is a nice, handy asset for them this year. And then we finish up with Luke Burden, 57 minutes in the middle, 13 runs, 128 metres, 49 post contact metres, an offload, 31 made tackles, 5 misses. Your typical battler's performance in Q Cup from from Luke Burden in this one. Then we go to Sione Hopewadi at Wynnum, 2 tries, 16 runs, 166 metres, a try assist, 4 tackle breaks, was sin-binned for what looked like a raised elbow, like a strikeout action in the play the ball. But other than that, I thought he was really, really smart. Now we go Kalolo Saitawa. Now, have a look at the minutes and then look at the rest of the stats. A double, 2 line breaks, 11 tackle breaks in that stint alone. Such a handy player and an impact player in this team at the moment across the middle third of the field. And Kalolo definitely lifting in this one. I think it was his 101st game in Queensland Cup as well. So amazing scenes there for Kalolo. And then we go James Hill. Once again, he's here. A try, 58 minutes, 11 runs, 113 metres, 100% tackle efficiency. Matty Head needing those players to run with, and he's choosing James Hill, and you can't really blame him. Well, our next match takes us over to BP Prince Stadium in Mackay, where the Cutters are looking desperately for their first win of the season against the Papua New Guinea Hunters, who have found some form of their own.
Good line. Try, mate, try. Outside the red, please. Outside the red. Break. Good line. Stop. Guess where? Hold. Six. In the ball. Go, 0. Three. Shooters, 3. The pin to him. Go 2. Jamie, go 10. Touch the line. Fall down. Yes, hold. Thanks, guys. And now again, hold. Go 3. Good line. Easy. I'm standing right there, mate. Oh. That's last. That's last. Keep going, keep going. Yes, mate. Nice. Good, good. Just 9 in the middle, 9 in the middle. Kick us through. Keep going, keep going. Go, pick up. Pull down. Good. Touch. 1 coming. Hold. Go last. Knock on. Keep going. 0. 0 coming. In the grounding. Down. Yes. Clean grounding. 0.
To the season, and they did it with 2 tries in the final 10 minutes to secure a victory over the Papua New Guinea Hunters, who are going to be ruining some of those chances they let slip in this game. Let's go to the stats deep dive to kick things off with John Radel. Once again, he's here. Just have a look at some of these stat lines for a front rower. 13 runs, 146 metres, 64 post-contact metres, 3 tackle breaks and offload, 100% tackle rate, and he made 37 out there. This young forward is absolutely braining at every single chance he gets to be in a Mackay Cutters jersey. Next up, we got Brandon Russell, 47 minutes in the middle third, 16 for 140 metres, 5 tackle breaks, 22 moments, tackles, 1 missed. He picks his moments, I should say, when to take control in the middle. Did that in this game. This proved to be quite the asset for Adam Cuthbertson's side. And then we finish off with Xavier Karisk. And now Karisk got through about an hour's worth of game time. He got through about 20 or 28 the week before in their loss. So it was nice to see the minute uptick in this one. So that's what you want to see. He had a big try to win the game late, just had over 80 metres as well. 21 tackles, just too ineffective. A lot of eyes on him with Reece Robson departing from the Sydney Roosters. Then we go over to the PNG side. Alex Max, 14 runs for 137 metres. A try to give PNG a late lead in this game before they let it slip. 3 tackle breaks, some good defensive numbers, despite an early HAA, was still very strong. Next up, we've got Sonny Wabo. Now, this fullback had a line break assist, 9 tackle breaks, a try, 126 metres. He's proving to be their most explosive player. At the back is young Sonny Wabo. Then we go Gaio Vordo. He had just under 100 metres, 7 tackle breaks on his own. A line break assist, that's good, but then here comes the negatives. 20 made tackles, 7 missed or ineffective, so first contact has to be better, and he did have that critical error late in the game. I was going to say, as I was watching it, I was making the note that I wanted Vordo to be a little bit more ball dominant as opposed to Jamie Mavoko. He tried to take that opportunity and just let it slip, so it's all about picking his moments at the moment there, the young PNG half. Well, next up, we'll take you out to Bishop Park, where we've got the grand final rematch between the Norths Devils and the Redcliffe Dolphins. Let's take a look at all the action.
Keep going. Keep going. Corner. Good. Yep. Into 1. 2. Move 2! Go 3. Francis! Not there. Inside! Kick on 3. 40, 20. Last one! 3, get up! 3, stay up! Go last! You're good, okay, good. Grounded. Into 6. Go 3. Play on! Keep going, 0 coming, keep going, keep going! Advantage gone! Let him go now! Get on! Get on! Go 0. He's good. That's fine. Keep going. No touch. Keep going. It was on his arm. Run now! Make it, Redcliffe! Go 1. Come on, 11. 3, 2. Keep going now. Sheldon! Boys, you need to make it. Come on, Fred. Wait. Go 2. 8. Let go. Wait. Go 3. Into 4. Good. Okay, down. Wait, sit away. Go 4. Good. Yeah, down. Into 5. Keep going. 1 coming. Good on. Go 4. Good. Keep going, you've held it. I didn't know you've held it. Just watching it, watching. That's the number 1 here. That was the number 1. Go run it! Separate!
For its affiliates, it was a win to the Norths Devils, repeating their grand final win in this one. 26 points to 6 in the final match of the abbreviated first round as a result of Tropical Cyclone Alfred. Let's take a look now at some of the big performers in this week's Stats Deep Dive. Starting off with Jackson Sherab. He had 80 minutes on the edge, a try, a line break, 11 runs for 138 metres, 4 tackle breaks, 32 tackles, and just the 1 missed. He's been a really handy pickup for this side coming up from the St George Illawarra Dragons. Next up, hooker Kieran Mosley, the cult hero himself. 71 minutes, a try assist off that great grubber kick to give Norths early momentum. He had an offload, a game-high 42 tackles and just 2 misses. Very experienced player, and we sure love watching him go around every single week. Finally, we got the 6, Jordan Lipp. He's bounced around a couple of clubs in Queensland. He was with Townsville, then he was with the Western Clydesdales. He's found a home here at Norths Devils in the last couple of seasons. He had that game-changing 100-metre intercept, which resulted in a go-ahead try, a line break assist, a try assist, 3 tackle breaks, 3 offloads. Exactly what you want to see from Jordan Lipp. Next up, we have Tom Opicic, and Opicic had 80 minutes in the back row, 9 runs to 74 metres, a line break, 27 tackles, 2 misses. His experience will be absolutely key for this Redcliffe side as they have hit a little bit of a wall in this 2025 season. Next up, we've got Lapeti Murphy. He had 40 minutes off the bench. He was very involved in his stint. 12 runs, 144 metres, 69 post-contact metres, 16 tackles for just 2 misses. He will be a very strong signing from the Western Clydesdales this season. And then finally, Sheldon Pittermar, 71 minutes, 10 runs for 76 metres, 3 tackle breaks, 40 tackles for 2 misses. He had a bit of a slow start to the year, but today we saw some very good signs. Now, normally we'd be presenting our team of the week, but considering we've only had 3 games this week, it meant that it wouldn't be a fair representation. So instead, we've just decided to award a player of the week, and that was John Radel of the Mackay Cutters. Radel had a great start to the season last year and he has continued on that way this year. After spending train and trial periods with the North Queensland Cowboys in each of the last 2 seasons, Radel has become a handy and reliable player for the Mackay Cutters this season. He hasn't featured on the deep dive too regularly, but he has been the last 2 weeks, and that shows that he is always putting himself in a position to play well. Radel is this week's Hostplus Cup Player of the Round. But to wrap things up today, we're going to go on a little bit of a deep dive into something we like to call the Townsville Exodus. Take a look at this. Right, there is something our friends up north in Townsville have wanted us to tackle since we kicked off the lower grade wrap. Given there's only 3 games in Queensland this week, this seems as perfect time as ever to discuss what we like to call the Townsville Exodus. In 2023, the QRL took the brazen decision to axe its under-21s competition, the Hastings Deering Colts. What that means is that clubs don't have a pathway for those players graduating out of an under-19s competition and the under-17s into another level of football. That sees players having to play local A grade, or in some cases, play their local under-21s competitions in their regions. That presents a significant problem because development is not being fast-tracked in a way that allows players to be comfortable in systems like we see in Sydney and New South Wales through the Jersey Flag program as a natural stepping stone following the under-19 season. The Cowboys have been the club hardest hit about them. Just look at all those names there that have already moved on to other clubs, and there are players there such as Zach Lamont and Reece Foley who have already moved into New South Wales Cup experiences, while other players such as Elijah Shane Tupper have already signed at a junior rep level. It's a problem we're going to continue to fight for, and an under-20s competition can't come soon enough. And that's the end of our program this week. A fun week of rugby league in the New South Wales Cup as the Newtown Jets and the New Zealand Warriors continue their pace-setting ways, while in Queensland, the North Devils have once again proven that they'll be the benchmark in season 2025. I'm Mackay Luke Antonio. On behalf of the entire League Scene team, we'll catch you next week for a full slate of competition matches.